So here we have a Rawrr 60-volt battery. It was bad. This came from the Motoclops debacle. They blew the BMS or something. We really don't know. But Tim Calhoun, the CEO of Rawrr, gave this at the time, well, because, you know, they didn't want to ship it back. It's dead, right? So I had already opened this up to make sure I could open it up, but we're going to go ahead and open it up so you all know what's inside here. So it's pretty exciting, I think. A lot better than the controller was. I'll just say that right now. So you'll take a 3mm and you will just unscrew all these screws around the perimeter. And this cap, I'm told, is a vent cap. We put some electrical tape. We didn't know what it was for. We didn't want anything getting into it. But yeah, this battery never worked. And yeah, somebody on the Rawrr Facebook page had asked what that is. Derek out of Hawaii said it's a vent cap, which I believe that's what it is. Of course, we never knew 100% at the time because no one would tell us at Rawrr. They were just like, oh, here's a new battery. We'll send you a new battery. So they sent us quite a few batteries, actually, for the bikes. I mean, they spent a lot of money fixing the mistakes of Motoclops on those bikes. A lot of money. Motors, controllers, batteries. Honestly, the bikes themselves were a loss when you think about it. But then again, maybe they're picking up the batteries for next to nothing. I don't know, or the motors and controllers and all that. Because I don't know what their cost is on all this. I think that's it. Okay. Of course, you'll lose the screws when you hang this over. That's always fun. So there is a fuse in here. I want to lower you guys back down. So as you can see, there's a 10 fuse. I already cut the silicone, but they have it siliconed in so it just doesn't fall out. It was not blown. You got your main battery leads to a connector here, so you can disconnect this, I guess, to a degree, but everything else is attached. It's siliconed back in to here. All this has silicone on it, so it, I guess, keeps it there. It's going to make it a little bit waterproof. Even the screws for the display panel are siliconed in. The potting is right here, as you can see. I don't know if those are screw rivets. They look like Phillips, actually. So, but this is all potted. That's a heat sink, so I'm guessing that's the BMS right here. That's all the potting. It's pretty good thickness aluminum, extruded aluminum. And I would say this is pretty well sealed. Water coming in is not going to affect anything. However, if you do have a bad battery, and I know Rawrr probably doesn't want you to open this, so have some knowledge before you do open this, because you know, I don't want to have you hurt yourself. I don't want you to burn down your house, business, whatever. But this possibly could be blown, and if it's blown, then I don't know, that might stop the charging, you know, and all you have to do is put a new fuse in, put some silicone or hot glue gun glue on there to just keep it in. It's probably just a safety for vibrating so it doesn't come loose. It looks like it's going from here to the connector, and that yellow is shared with the same terminal down there as one of these plugs. So it is doing something. And you can also take the bottom off. Let's do that because I thought that was pretty interesting. So you would just undo all the screws on the bottom here going around. Again, 3mm. They're going to just be these guys right here. And then this might be really hard to get off because of the potting. But use a screwdriver, start prying, and with luck, you can take this off. Although there's no reason for anyone to really take this off other than, you know, you have a battery that's dead and maybe you want to save the cells, which is what we're probably going to do because we have no use for this, and try and see if we can get the cells out, look at the cells, see what the cells are compared to what they claim they were, and go from there. Because how many people have done this? As far as I know, no one else. So we'll go like that. You can see the potting on the bottom was pretty dang good. And this is the bottom of the cover, the inside. And right there is a number, type of plastic, what have you, manufacturing date. So this is the potting on the bottom, and it was missing that piece already. So they're pouring from the top and it's leaking through and down. So you can peel this off. And I wouldn't advise you typically to do this, but we're gonna peel all this off, and then we'll see what's under here. And the idea behind the potting is so air isn't in here, for if something shorts, then it won't ignite and burn. That's the idea behind the potting. That's why potted batteries are better. And that's pretty thick, although it was missing that piece, so I don't know if that would have been a big deal or not. Because you don't want air in there. That's the whole idea behind the potting. You want to be careful dealing with this type of stuff. It does have, they do have this string tape, I'm guessing holding this on. One idea to get this out is to maybe try and push it through so it just comes out, but I have a feeling this potting, that would be hard to do without like some sort of press to just press this out. If I had a press and could raise this up and then pushed it through, that would probably work. Another idea is, obviously I could Dremel, I can lightly cut and score right through here. I should be okay because of the potting, there's a space, you know? So just lightly cut and bada boom, bada bing. I could then probably pull it apart. I might try that. Another thing I want to show is the wire. So a green one is not attached to anything, a black one, a white one, and a blue one. They all come out of the potting and not attached to anything. The purple one is attached to this white that goes to the display. This yellow is attached to the main power connector. The fuse is attached to the main power connector. And then obviously the battery is connected to the main power connector. So we'll undo this connector here, the tape, pull that apart. I'll cut these other wires. Those are just the negatives. And we'll take the top off of this so I can manipulate this. And as you see, it's a 60 volt, 35 amp hour. And there's the number. So I took off the shrinky tube off of this thinking it was a connector. And I believe that is just a type of fuse that can blow, and thus it, you know, burns it up before the battery ignites type thing. So, okay, well, there we have that. That's what's under this. So I angle grinded down carefully, and there was potting there. All this was potted. It's just, it peeled off. So that's what she looks like inside. And it looks like this was fully potted down so far from what I can see. So I want to get down to the cells and just verify they are what we think they should be. I am now down to this part of the battery. Got another side off. It seems like it's potted really well, so that's good. Obviously they put this foam on and they put some string tape to hold the foam on. That's also when they slide in the case, they're not damaging these wires. And then they obviously then pot it. And then this side, you can see the battery, you can kind of see words, something about carry or handle, never something. Don't know yet. Got to continue to break it down even more. But that's what it looks like. There's the BMS. Be fun to get that out and get any info we can off of that. So there's the BMS. As you can see on it, it says 60 volt, 35 amp hour. And it was just potted down like so. So you can just pry it off. Those negatives are soldered on. So just cut those off. Connectors on the side. Connector on this side. And yeah, now we have the positive connectors. And I almost have this broken down. Okay, I broke down the battery. This is what it looks like. And I can start pulling out individual cells. Remove that whole row. It's going to take a while, so I'll probably take a break. But yep, it is a Samsung, I guess 35E, 1865 cell 35E. So we'll keep on breaking it down, just out of curiosity. I will say it's well potted, like I've been saying. Potting in between all the cells. It has gone in between everything, so that's pretty good. Same with the BMS, it's all inside of there. So that's 100% waterproof. But yeah, we'll break this down too. Well, here's all the cells broken down. There's 160 of them. So 160 cells. There's quite a few blank spaces. I don't know what that would have equated to. I didn't really keep track, but there's the carnage. There's the BMS. A bucket full of stuff. Yeah, that's a pain to take apart, but there you have it. There's 160 what is that? There's 160 18650 cells, 35 E's, and there they all are. Hopefully this all helped you out if you were interested in what was inside a Rawrr 60 volt 35 amp hour. I mean, the 72 volt is basically the same size of batteries, so it would be interesting to see exactly what is in one of those, but I don't have one. But if somebody has one that was warranted and it doesn't work and wants to take it apart, just be very, very careful. I wouldn't really advise doing it, but hey, you do you. And it's very interesting to see what's inside these. So hopefully this helped you out, knowing what's inside our Rawrr Mantis 60 volt 35 amp hour battery. Have a good one. Bye.